Hey everybody, before you continue watching the video, make sure you give the channel a like and subscribe. Go and follow us on Instagram. Go and check out all the different social media scenarios. Make sure if you're enjoying the content, go there, like, subscribe, follow, so we can keep putting stuff out. If you've got any questions, leave a comment. All right, make a comment on either of our pages and we'll answer them as soon as we can.
Notice a difference? Like, so you've been working in clubs and doing all this stuff for a long period of time. Have you noticed a change of violence over that period of time? Do you think it's improved or gotten worse, or?
I think it's always been there.
Hasn't changed much at all. It's just human nature.
I think mid to late noughts was very violent. I found when I was going out, when I was early clubbing, I saw some awful stuff. I think it's always been there. I think maybe people who have never fought are pretty keen to know what it's like, and that's a bit silly to do that when you're out clubbing. Like, someone's like, I just really want to know what it's like to throw a punch at someone, and that's so silly to do that.
Go to a boxing gym.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean. It's like, and I think clearly, quite quickly, they regret going into that, and because it's ugly and it's awful.
Yeah, it's not flattering.
Yeah, no, and you'll probably lose.
The realities of most things in life are not flattering and not enjoyable and not comfortable. Life's pretty fucking horrible, man, for most situations. Like, obviously there's the really low parts and the really high parts. But, man, in the middle ground, it's, like, pretty unflattering. It's not amazing. It's not great. It's life. Life is life, man.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like I said before, man, this, like, fairy tale thing that people are sold all the time of, man, even about martial arts, of how you can defend against 10 guys and use a chi blast and spin around with this and bang and like da-da-da. And, man, this is all garbage. Like, the realities of self-defense, the realities of street fighting, the realities of doing martial arts, the realities of life itself and becoming a better person are not so flattering and enjoyable and lovely. They're pretty boring. It's just hard work. And the thing is like, the more you get into that idea or that frame of mind and understand that life is hard work and you're going to have good times, you're going to have bad times, but most of the time you're just working hard and improving as a person. You have this middle ground where you're comfortable and happy, but it's not good or bad, and it's just trucking on. Like, man, the more you're going to get out of life. It's not about... I just think we've been, like, particularly people in first world countries have just been brainwashed to understand a completely indulgent, hedonistic version of life. It's not real, man. It's not sustainable. That's why there's so many people with, heart disease or diabetes or obesity or, like, man, you have all these conditions because you've been brainwashed to think that life is about indulging and that's all it's for. It's not for that at all. Actually, look at all the negative effects of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's just eating food that's made from seed oils and getting inflamed and
but in every aspect, it's just sleep with anybody, do this, do that.
I see what you're saying.
It's just
it feels good.
Yeah, correct. And that's what and I've talked about this like maybe like every single freaking podcast. But like, society has been pushed from a thing to like understand how life works and then make the decisions you want to do whatever feels good. And for me, I think that's an insane way of living, and that's kind of like the normality now. You put your feelings above anything and everything. You can't be bothered anymore in a marriage. Leave and find somebody else.
Yeah.
You can't be bothered.
You had a hard year.
Get out. You had this is hard. Do something else. You can't get a jiu-jitsu belt. Go to another gym. You can't improve in jiu-jitsu. Do another martial art.
It can't be me. It's got to be somebody else. Yeah. I find an interesting analogy is like peeing yourself, right?
Yeah.
You go, peeing yourself actually feels good because you need to pee.
Yeah.
And then it's warm.
Yeah.
And then you go, all right. And then, like, 5 minutes pass and it gets cold, and you go, oh, I got to change my pants.
And then the humiliation of the stench of urine.
So my point being is like, you shouldn't pee. Like, it feels good, and it's like, but it's bad for you. Like, don't. That's I don't know. It's like, why why do it? You know what I mean? We all know not to do it, but
I know, but
people do it.
it's a good analogy because like putting the way you feel, but it's what it is. It's like
It feels good right now.
it does feel good, right? But man, you can compare that to so many different situations. Why do you think so many girls get on OnlyFans or create like a body selling business or become an escort or whatever? Like, man, it's good now. The money you're making is great now, and it's going to last for 2-3 years or maybe 5 or whatever. But
what about 10 years later?
10 years later, where you can't find a husband,
Man.
nobody wants to marry,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, all these things like. People, this is what I'm talking about. People don't understand the repercussions of what they're doing because you've been brainwashed as a society to put that stuff first. No, but the way I feel is more important than the realities of the world.
They don't think about consequences, right?
Yeah, because you've been taught not to. You've been taught, no, focus on how you feel. Focus on how everything feels for you.
Yes.
Man, that's a crazy way to live.
Yeah.
And all the outcomes you have in life, and this is the thing where people become very bitter and jaded and horrible later in life, is because reality hits them in the face. And just like you're saying, the stench of urine hits you in the face.
Yeah, it's cold
and
now.
you have to go, oh, what the hell? Like, reality hits you in the face. And it might be 10 years, it might be 5 years, it might be 20 years. But reality at one point in time is going to hit you in the face. And then you're going to turn around and be angry with the world because, you know what? They lied to you.
Yeah.
They lied to you. And where. The world lied to you. And unfortunately, that's what happens. And the thing is also, is why do they do that? Because, man, when you lie, people buy, dude. When you lie, people buy. You tell someone that it takes 3 weeks to get him a 6-pack, they're going to buy that thing.
Yeah.
You tell them that there's an online marketing course that's going to make their business make $1 million a year, they're going to buy that. Because people want what you're selling. But the thing is what you're selling is not real. And this is a problem, and it's a problem in jiu-jitsu, and it's a problem everywhere.
Look, my perception in between the first world country living in Australia and the third world country living in Brazil, it is, for example, in the nightclub, I see a lot of people being douchebags. Like, they act
in
like...
here?
Yeah, in here, in Australia.
In first world
And
country.
they don't fear fighting here because they're not afraid to die. In Brazil, people are afraid to die. They're gonna get killed. If you mess with the wrong person, they're gonna kill you.
So there's less bravado in Brazil because it's like
because there's real repercussions.
So more barking because we don't know what the bite's going to be like. Whereas
the consequences
people
in Brazil,
I don't want to get shot.
You mess with the wrong person, they're gonna kill you.
This is a big difference between like third world countries or non-Western countries and Western countries, because again, you there's no repercussions for what you do unless, and this is the big unless you fight against the person in charge. And who's the person in charge in first world countries? Big daddy government. You want to do the wrong thing against the government, you want to fight against them, all right, they will lock you away and throw away the key. They will fight you and you're never going to win. In third world countries where they don't have the ability to impose in the same way, right, because they just don't have the ability, there's other people that are in charge. And if you screw with those people, you have their repercussions. And it's a slightly different version of the same thing, but it's I 100% agree, and it's a really interesting thing to kind of like talk about and think about. Like, they don't understand the repercussions of that because it doesn't exist here. It only exists when you fight against a particular situation, which is big daddy government. If you do that here, oh yeah, they'll take your business away. Oh, what did you do? You did this. Oh, that's
interesting couple of years
fraud.
For all that, yeah.
Oh, that's this. That's that. All right, you're going to go to prison. You go there and say the wrong thing. You go there and steal from somebody. You steal money or whatever. Man, you're going to end up in the bottom of the river. It's a different situation, slightly different outcomes. They're still going to ruin your life, but yeah.
So that's interesting. So when you started clubbing here compared to back in Brazil,
totally.
you noticed the douchery was
Totally.
large.
The level of arrogance and just complete non-understanding of the capability of violence and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would go...
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and a follow. Check out all our different social media platforms. There's heaps of content coming out. There's different snippets and content on different platforms. So make sure you're on everything. And again, if it helped you out, recommend to somebody else, and hopefully it'll help them out too.